Disu, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to Daily Digest with Jimi, Disu, brought to you by MTN. And today being Wednesday, is the day that you always look forward to, the day that we make that break from top national issues and just relax our minds. So don't bother to call in today. Just sit back and relax, okay? Get a soft drink, get a meat pie, get whatever it takes. I have Obueku. What's the first name again? Chiamaka. I'm used to calling her social prefect. I'm sure most of you know her as social prefect. Somebody I'm absolutely proud of because I was, like Nigerians like talking with authority. I was there when she started this social prefect thing. Yeah. I was there live. I was there when she, immediately from Covenant University, she made up her mind she was going to work on her own, and she's made a very big success out of it. So. And also, today's program is dedicated to the memory who just died, Mr. Bolabo Ogunsanwo, a Nigerian journalist of repute, first-class writer, first class. For those who have read, just Google his name and read his pieces. He when I read Bolabo Ogunsanwo, it's like, when Chinua Achebe said that, there are some words, some people that you read, it's like you're eating a very nice meal. I'll talk a bit about Bolabo Ogunsanwo when I come back, but I have to pay my bill. Those bills are very important. I'm going to run an MTN commercial now, and then when we come back, I'll do a little bit for Bolabo Ogunsanwo, who incidentally was my first boss ever in journalism. And then we'll do Dear Bunmi with Social Prefect. So don't go away, we'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment.
When it comes to watching your favorite cooking videos, are you a multitasker? A show-off? Or maybe you're all of the above?
Whether it's cooking videos, Niger movies, learning, comedy, or drama, go from one video you love to another on YouTube. With the new video data bundle from MTN, enjoy even more affordable, longer hours of video content. Just text YouTube to 131 now. With YouTube, now you go tire.
When it comes to watching your favorite football videos, are you a chanter? An analyzer?
Let's change to 4-3-3 formation.
A coacher?
Let's replace this goalkeeper now.
Or maybe you're all of the above.
Whether it's football, comedy, Niger movies, cooking, learning, or drama, go from one video you love to another on YouTube. With the new video data bundle from MTN, enjoy even more affordable, longer hours of video content. Just text YouTube to 131 now. With YouTube, now you go tire.
My friend, when you dey watch ball, which one you be? You be that person where they analyze the match?
Na 4-3-3 formation give us winning here.
Now you dey hail them. Maybe you just like to celebrate. Abi you be all join.
Whether na football, comedy, Niger movies, cooking videos, learning, or drama, videos bracket for you to watch back to back on YouTube. With the new video data bundle from MTN, enjoy yafu hours of video content. Just text YouTube to 131 now. With YouTube, now you go tire.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, welcome back. Very quickly, let me say a few things about Mr. Bolabo Ogunsanwo, who I met. He was my first boss when I did then it was a vacation job back then in the Daily Times. He was an editor of the Sunday Times. I remember myself, Kola Oden, who today is a senior advocate of Nigeria. I don't know, because I know almost all Kole and so on. I think it was yearly that we were all together doing vac jobs then as young chaps in the Sunday Times. So Alaji just threw me at him. And later he threw me at the late Tony Makonju, where guess what? I covered sports. I covered, in just 3 months, it was funny then, in just 3 months, I covered the courts at Igbosheri Magistrates Court and covered a bit of crime with the late Chinaka Fine Country. Complete, and then Tony Mark do sports was Gwalabo. The thing is, Gwalabo Ogunsowo was a wordsmith. It's a pity we don't have columnists again. We don't put a premium on writers anymore. It's always what you do have. Yeah, you do have occasional articles that inspire you, but that culture of following a particular writer, and I remember way back then following a particular cartoonist. And Kenny Adamson comes to my mind. Those are the days of And it is here, it is said that Gwalabo was able to push the Sunday Times way back then to selling 1 million copies a day. 1 million copies on Sunday. No newspaper has been able to reach that feat to the best of my knowledge. I've put, just like the British parliamentarian put, as they said, I've also said to the best of my knowledge. These are escape route phrases. That Well, may Gwalabo Ogunsowo rest in peace. One of these days, maybe I'll bring one or two of his colleagues and we'll be able to pay tribute to him and his time. Because I believe very much that we must start celebrating our own. Not just the big boys, all the big boys, half of them who cannot even tell you the origin of their money. Half of them driving the latest cars and so on and so forth, but have absolutely no integrity. So we must start celebrating people who have made actual contributions to the development of society, and Gwalabo Ogunsowo is not going to be an exception. Let me see what I can put together between now and next week when we'll do a full day's tribute to Gwalabo Ogunsowo. Well, let's go back to happier times, and now we have to do Social Prefect. Sorry, I keep forgetting your name. I know it's Obueku because of your parents and so on and so on.
It's fine.
But Social Prefect is, and in coining that name, it caught my attention. Mm-hmm. That was the first thing I caught, when I was introduced to you, that she calls herself Social Prefect.
Yes.
Fantastic. So how's business these days, in this COVID era?
Business is picking up again.
You have to speak into the mic a bit more. Yes.
Business is picking up again. It was a bit...
People are ready to travel.
Yeah, people are ready to travel again, especially after they've seen how, fickle life is. They want to explore, they want to live their best lives. But during the lockdown, the heat of the lockdown, there was no movement. So business wasn't good at all for tourism industry.
Your bank balance was going down.
In fact, it was not easy. But then we did something innovative. We did the what's it called now? The online. We had some online.
You traveled by Zoom?
No, we did online hangouts. So we brought people together online to have fun. And
but did they pay for it?
They paid for it, yes.
You still make money? Woman. Aye.
They paid for it.
Are you from Anambra?
From Anambra, yes.
God. You're so ingenious. Okay. That's good. What we're going to do, I need to extract a promise. We need to find a day next week. Okay, that we can advise people on what they can do during Christmas.
Okay. I
would have thought this Saturday, but you say you're going to
Obudu.
You want to advertise that transform. Mrs. Chidi is waiting for you downstairs. If you do fam. Okay, so what we will do is let's look at, we're in the holiday mood, so let's look at Tuesday.
Okay.
Do we have a deal?
Yes, Tuesday.
So on Tuesday you're going to be here because I don't want to disturb anything this dear Bunmi. And this one's own is very hot.
Yes.
It is very hot. Let me read some of the things it says. One Jade says that his people don't know about his second family. Can you imagine? Tiwa is talking about why is he so antisocial. Gemma says that mom's having an affair with the younger colleague. Imagine your own mommy.
Oh, Mr. Embarrassed.
Your own mommy with your mates. Then I have another one. This adamant he doesn't want a third wife. I think we saw this last week. So we saw this one last week. There's another one here. Yvonne says, how do I get help for my pot smoking son? The son they always correct early morning. Don't correct. Have you seen? Are you close to people who smoke? Anybody who smokes pot?
No, not really. Actually,
I grew up virtually in Kalakuta. They could just correct me. But let me tell any young person out there: do not. I repeat, do not try it. do not try it. Don't even go there. You know, don't ever think that you want to try it. And I say this with all responsibility, and as somebody who has grown up. Okay, if you get what I'm saying, we might make a big jest out of it, but it is not a place to go. I can assure you. When I remember those I grew up with, and where some of them are today, these things where they are today could have been avoided had they been a bit more careful about life. So don't even try it. Not to even talk of cocaine or what. Don't even go there. Yeah. Don't even want to look at what it looks like. I can say this, I have never set my eyes on what cocaine or heroin looks like. I don't even know. You know, that's the strong resolve one has. I don't even want to see it. Yes, I don't want to know.
It's better.
It's like the day I don't know if my cousin is listening. The day he put a gun, or the gun had nothing inside. They had no bullets or anything. Go say, Jimmy, look at this. Many years ago, say, whoa, boy, look at this gun. You should get one for yourself. My hands were already shaking. I was imagining that there was a bullet inside, you know. So the trick is, don't even
go there.
No matter the pressure that you have, don't go there. Okay, so we leave it at that. So which one will I start with now? His people don't know about. Let us do the one that my mom's having an affair with the younger. I hope your dad is not listening. Just something that we are referring to you. But let's see this. The guy's name is Gemma.
Okay.
I used to have one friend called Gemma.
Gemma.
I used to have a friend called Gemma, but it was his nickname.
Okay.
Yes,
that
and
sounds
I think
a lady's name.
No, this one, my own Gemma was a guy. His dad owned, I think it was his dad that owned Empire Hotel way back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Empire Hotel was right opposite Fela's house. You didn't know that time. No. If your dad is listening, he will be nodding his head. Yeah. Maybe that's why he toasted your mom. So.
No, it's not.
Do you know where he met your mom?
Yes, no.
Where did he meet her?
In Enugu.
Where did he meet her?
Where
at
exactly?
A party?
Probably at a party. Honestly, I can't remember the story. Let me not lie.
I can't remember the story. In those days, usually how you met people, I don't know about now, but usually...
I think it was in the hospital because my mom is a nurse.
He's a nurse, yes.
Yes, so I think it was in the hospital, yes.
She's a nurse. Maybe he
was in the hospital. He was sick.
It was with a broken leg.
Or one of his relatives was sick or something.
Then instead of him to mind what he came, he started looking at him. I don't know. Toasting is different now. Toasting is different. In fact, I find the new culture now is such that guys toast women as if they're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
And sometimes I shrink. You know, I'm old school. Sometimes I shrink. I'm from that old school where you must give women respect. And so I seriously shrink. It's they cartoon like, yeah, baby, give us share now. What's wrong with you? Let us help you and your family. Take them out of poverty. I've heard things like that. And the girl is all there smiling and whatever. He said, don't worry, I won't ask her your husband to say. I have a fair idea where it happened. Okay. Remember about the two boys I told you that I saw today?
Yes.
Yes. So just watch out. I'm a prophet. I'm telling you. Just what I told you, I saw two boys. Two boys. Mm. Okay. Okay, so Tuesday it is, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about that, okay. So there's Gemma. Gemma says, I recently discovered that my mom is having an affair behind her dad's back. Ari, the mom is still with the dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
If not, it won't be an issue.
It will still be an issue even if your mom is not with your dad and she's not going out with a younger colleague.
Well, so now it's like two things that are wrong.
This is two whammies.
Two whammy, double whammy.
She's having an affair behind it. There is war coming up in the house of Gemma. So she said she left her Facebook logged onto my computer and I found recent messages between her and the younger man who works in the same office as hers. Office from her son starts. I confronted her and she confessed but made me swear not to tell my dad. I feel my dad, no. He says, I feel my dad has a right to know so he could put a stop to it, but I know that if he does find out, it will break up the family. I can't trust my mom anymore. This discovery is making me really miserable. What should I do? I think he should take a walk. It's none of his business.
Yes.
He's not married to his mom.
He's not married to the mom, so.
But we don't know if this Gemma is a man or a woman. I don't know if it makes any difference. But what do you think? What do you think he actually should? First of all, should he tell the dad?
So I think he shouldn't tell the dad because that's going to break
But
the marriage.
isn't that going to be unfaithful to the dad? That means she's become a conspirator.
Yes.
If you don't know even if this Gemma is a he or a she. So that means she has become a conspirator. So do you think she should tell the dad?
It's very tricky, to be honest. Like,
because you see, if you don't, and dad gets to know that you know about it, he's going to be very, very upset. But how do you walk up to a dad and tell him that, Dad, I want to tell you something?
I think it's going to really shatter the man, and...
No, the way you go about it, first of all, Dad, can I get you your favorite drink? I don't want to mention any brand on air, but I'm sure it will be one of those green bottles. Bring one that is chilled. The one that we in the Koi Club we used to call white beer. It's chilled, don't share one. Then let him take one or two glasses. In don't correct small. Then how do you now tell him that Mom is having an affair? Hi! Hey! Now tell me, what do you think?
I think that, that if he or she tells the dad, that it's going to really shatter the man. So, to be honest,
what you don't know doesn't hurt you, though.
Exactly. So one part of me would like for the man to know, but another part of me would say, don't tell the man.
But do you know that nowhere in this mail that he sent to Bunmi did he say that, or he or she, I don't even know. Let us just say he. Did he say that he has gotten the mom to leave the guy?
No, she hasn't.
She hasn't left the guy?
No.
So it is not a parallel situation?
Yeah.
Hi!
She hasn't left the guy.
Do you think she will be able to leave him?
I think that woman should leave the marriage, because obviously
she should leave?
Obviously she's not happy.
The young guy cannot rent her a house and buy her a car.
Well, you don't know the source of her money. It says she's working.
But you know the way it is now. Men support.
Of course.
She's not the one paying the house rent.
You can't take away that. You don't know, sir.
No.
We're not sure.
You're not sure.
We're not sure.
Hell. But we can assume that it's the man that is paying the house rent. What is it? Yes.
Okay, let's assume. I'll go with you on that one.
It's not go with me. Tell me that you agree that it's the man that is paying.
Let's assume. Let's assume that it's the one that is paying the house rent, but the woman may have her own money as well, so maybe that's why she's doing
because
that.
It will be sad if she doesn't have her own money. With this younger guy, then she'll be robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Exactly. And you know the truth. The younger guy is definitely going to leave her at some point.
Of course, now everything that has a beginning has an end.
To go for a young girl as well. The young guy is not going to stay
with
her
but all
forever.
of us are going to leave. But all of us, either by death or whatever, will still leave anyway. So everything that has a beginning has an end. You can assume that.
But it's obvious she's not happy in that marriage.
It might not
for
be.
Her to go.
She might just want some excitement.
What kind of excitement? So why can't she get it from her husband?
But what is that? We didn't. We are not too sure. We are not too sure about the age gap between the man.
Together forever.
That is in Dennis Robin movies. So no. Even you know that.
No, but the ideal thing is that what we aspire to.
You know what we should
what
do?
We want.
This case is beyond you and I. Let us see what Bunmi says. Bunmi has been writing this thing. She's been doing this for about 40 to 45 years.
Wow.
Yes. So she has more experience than you and I, even put together. So let's defer to her own. This is what she replies. She says that it's unfortunate that you've been put in this difficult position, but as painful as it is, your parents' marriage is not your responsibility. You see what I'm saying? And she says this may sound harsh, but the way you found out about this affair was also breaking trust, as you had no excuse prying into her private chats.
Me, I'll pry. Is it not
no,
open
but
on
you're
my
not
laptop?
supposed
It was
to.
open on her laptop.
Up your mom is listening. You're not supposed to pry into her private.
Okay, no, actually.
Eh?
Okay, so prying is bad. However, it was open on her laptop. Like the Facebook page was open on her laptop.
When somebody's phone, when a message comes to whether it's husband or
turn
wife,
your eyes.
You should not turn it. You should close it. Close your eyes.
I feel like that would have been better for her,
Yes.
Because now knowing has put her in so much pain and so much. I don't know what he is.
The man himself will be shaking where he is.
Which man? Boy. The young man.
Yes.
Does he know that the daughter knows?
The babe would have told him. His babe. That's his mom would have told him. And Bunmi says, it's a big burden you're carrying, but you need to share your feelings with a couple of your trusted friends. I don't believe that. I don't believe you need to share it with your friends. It's because they could mess you up.
Yeah.
What your mom is up to is not unusual, but it doesn't make it right. Did you get that tone?
Yes.
What your mom is doing is not unusual. It happens like Yorubas will say, can you translate that one? Can you translate it? Maybe you speak for Yoruba. Do you?
That one
Philip, do you want
me.
to try? Philip K. That one doesn't say anything at all. Zena, Latin Kediale, do you know? No idea.
Something
From Ogbomoso, you don't know Ibibogo Latin Kediale?
I could have
Oh,
another
Lord,
meaning
marry.
entirely in mind. So it's
You
one
have
of-
what?
I could have another meaning entirely in mind.
I know that. I don't want to know
Exactly
your
my
meaning. The way you're
point.
smiling, I don't want to know your meaning. But he says, Devil says that if you've cooled down a bit, talk it over with your mom and let her know you'd be relieved if she could put a stop to the affair. Now, wow.
It's
I see you
really-
breathing hard. What's the problem?
I don't know. It's a really scary one or something.
You're so pained. What is it? Is there a problem?
No, I'm not. I'm not pained. I'm just like, if you're unhappy in a
You
situation,
sound
I think you should.
you look frightened. You look
If you- Uncle Jimmy. If
No, don't mind me.
if you're
No,
not
but-
happy in a situation, I think you should talk about it. With your
No, I
partner.
think, in all honesty,
They should
the best thing to
communicate
do,
openly.
just talk to the mom and make sure she doesn't do it. But don't tell the dad, though. Don't tell. Men can be terrible. What if you tell the dad and he brings out his son off shotgun and he shoots your mom?
Kills the woman. Yeah.
Yes.
Very possible.
And kill you in the process. What
You
you're
know,
trying to
kills
guard your mom.
kills both the man and the woman.
And the woman, and then kills
Kills
himself.
the young man. It's very possible.
Because men can be, when it comes to things like that, men can be. They can
You
go
know,
wild.
men. You know, they can cheat and be happy, be okay with it too. But when
Excuse
their
me.
wife cheats,
Excuse
oh
me.
my god!
What are you trying to say now?
Hey, it's as if the world has, as if it's
What
something
are
that,
you what are you
it's
trying?
as if it's something they don't do.
What is the evidence that you have that men cheat?
It's all over the world.
It's all over the world.
I don't even need an evidence.
You
I
don't
don't
need
need.
an
Yes, I don't need evidence.
Mhm.
It's a known fact.
Don't say anything.
No, but there are good men out there. Let's
course there are
just
good
putting that out there.
Your dad, I'm sure, doesn't cheat. Doesn't have any baby.
I'm sure.
Neither do I.
Okay, neither does Uncle Jimmy.
Okay, now let's get down to this one now. Yvonne. Yvonne says, how do I get help for my pot smoking son? She has a son who
Smokes
every morning Ingo don't correct before he come out.
These issues.
It reminds me of going to school. I went to school with some bad guys, some bad guys. There was one that had a hemp farm. Yes, when we were in school in Aitoro.
Wow.
He had the farm inside the bush. He had the record. He built a tent. He's dead now, unfortunately. His friend,
He had it.
his common friend between us is listening as we speak, if he's not flying in the air. He had a hemp farm. He built a tent. He would go there with his records, Grand Funk Railroad, all these Deep Purple and all these Carlos Santana, Jimi Hendrix records. Everything was domiciled in the bush.
Wow.
And not too far from where he built his camp, there was when they were building the school, it was a beautiful school, but when they built the school, they had some makeshift toilets there. So that was his own toilet. He comes to class every morning wearing dark glasses. Otima, sit at the back of the class. Ingo just correct. Of course, that's not to talk
Did
about.
he live with his parents?
His experience, but he lived in the bush. I mean, when we were in boarding school, most of the time we'll be there.
Okay, it was boarding school.
It
That's
was
why.
boarding school.
That's why.
Yitoro or something else. Anyway, recently I found marijuana in my son's bedroom, but that's becoming very common, and it's very unfortunate because
it's
all
quite
those who are doing
unfortunate.
this, in all honesty, you're damaging your future. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I was furious because I always brought him up to stay away from drugs. To make matters worse, he doesn't have a job. Can you imagine? You don't get a job, you just smoke Jerugbe on top of him.
And it's too expensive.
Yeah, I mean, so he's using my hard-earned money to buy him, then cut the money supply. But you see, if you cut the money supply, he starts stealing and doing all kinds of things. But let's see what he says. She says, I'm so disappointed and feel that I have failed as a parent. Yeah. He tells me that it's medically proved that marijuana isn't that dangerous. I don't believe that stuff. Look, all you guys out there, I don't believe that stuff. You need to be very careful.
We have to go on a short break.
We have to go on a short break now. Have we done 27 minutes already? Okay. All right. Let me give him pass. Okay. We'll take a short commercial break and then I'll be back. I got so excited. I overran my bits. It's still the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. We'll take a short break and then we'll be right back.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment.
When it comes to watching your favorite Nollywood videos, are you emotional?
Oh.
A crier? An applauder? Yay! Or maybe you're all of the above.
Whether it's Naija movies, comedy, learning, cooking videos, or drama, go from one video you love to another on YouTube. With the new video data bundle from MTN, enjoy even more affordable, longer hours of video content. Just text YouTube to 131 now. With YouTube, now you go tire.
My people, make una come see Yafu from MTN. If you buy MTN SIM today, come join the MTN Yafu package. Once you register and activate your SIM, MTN go serve you ogbonge wakis. For starter, MTN go give you free 500 naira airtime. One off will be bonus for 100 naira when you take buy SIM. After that, for the next 6 months, you go begin enjoy 700% awoof credit bonus anytime when you recharge with 100 naira and above. You come finish up. Now double you go get anytime when you buy data for 4 months. So Kia, go buy MTN SIM today. Register and activate them. Make yourself begin enjoy MTN Yafu Wakis. MTN, everywhere you go.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, welcome back. Let's just race through this thing. Because time is so it says I'm so disappointed and feel that I failed as a parent. It tells me that it's medically proved that marijuana is dangerous. It is dangerous. Don't believe anything like that. But I feel so strongly about it because one of my nephews abused the substance for years until he eventually died. How do I get my son to wise up to the dangers and stop this nasty habit? What do you think?
I think this is a really tough one as a parent.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. I think she should seek seek advice from her friends, or she should seek advice of a, should I say, psychiatrist?
Yeah, she should seek. Let's just say that she should seek professional advice.
Professional advice, exactly.
Yes.
That's the word I wanted to use. Professional advice, and maybe take the son somewhere he can, get talked to, so that he can, mend his ways or amend his ways. And
I remember when I was in school, we had a classmate. I had another classmate who smokes this thing, and the mom took him to one place, these native places. So they put incisions on his nose, one cigarette, so anytime he will not even smell it and whatever. The day the thing backfired, we were there.
Wow.
I hope he's not listening. And I didn't mention his name. The day the thing backfired, we were there. He went back to it. Wow. I think the best thing to do is this is not a matter of deliverance or whatever.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
You need
professional
help.
Yes. This
is not deliverance or sending them to one. The way they deal with people here, they will beat that smell out of his nose.
It's not about beating or anything like that.
It won't work. But please, out there, don't even try it. Let me be honest with you. Yes, I mean, when they say that marijuana has its medical sides, it has its medical sides, not in smoking, but it's processed and used for medical reasons. But
and it's not. It shouldn't even be done
it's like glue. Glue is supposed to glue two things together, not for you to sniff.
Yeah, and it shouldn't even be done in excess. It should be done at all.
It shouldn't be done at all.
Why can you say damaging to the brain? No, I'm saying the one that is medically.
No, of course.
One.
No. Listen, the medical one is not. Nobody's going to tell you to smoke marijuana for medical reasons. However, the extract and so on and so forth is used for healing purposes. There's no problem about that. Don't believe Peter Tosh that says it's good for flu, it's good for asthma, and pneumococcosis and all these things. Don't believe those things. Just stay clear.
Yeah.
In any case, even too much paracetamol is bad.
Yeah, too much of anything is bad.
Too much of anything is
Too much
bad.
of anything
But
is
but
bad, yeah.
sometimes it's even good. I know people who every time they want to start their drinking session, there's this popular paracetamol that is grounded. I have a friend who would always say to prevent head. These are things that you shouldn't do. Don't get addicted to anything.
Dangerous.
It's quite dangerous. Okay, let's get now to Jade. Jade this time we are sure is a woman.
Yeah.
Why do I say she's a woman? She describes herself as a 30-year-old mother of 2. Have you heard of a man who is a mother of 2 before?
No, this one we're sure is a woman.
But men do have babies, don't they? There was a man who had a baby. Where did I say this now? The man who got pregnant?
I think I said something like that, but I found it hard to believe.
I mean, I look pregnant, but this is a beer belly. Before you start looking at me curiously, this one is a beer belly. This one, the picking no day inside. Now water.
Yeah.
And it's not lukudi either. Do you know what lukudi is?
No, I don't know what
Lukudi is something way back in the 60s that people swallowed. It was a means of making money illegal. Juju,
oh, okay.
kurube money. So lukudi. That's why even Ebenezer Obey sang one song that Babu, that his own stomach is all kinds of things that are inside, but not lukudi.
No
Lukudi is. I don't think you have that anymore. The kind of things that people do juju-wise to make money is unbelievable. I can't even mention someone here. I saw a few videos once, and young chap about 20, maybe about 30, slammed this cow to the ground and was doing some things with it just so that I can make money. Yes, and his friends were videoing it and then sent it out to the social media.
Wow.
I don't know if his girlfriend saw it. Competing with a cow.
Wow, that's really sad. I mean, the only way to make money is to work hard.
But they didn't show the video. I wish they showed the video to them, whether the cow got up and then kissed the guy or something like that. Would have been nice.
We didn't read what Auntie Bunmi said
No, we can't read. You have to go and buy the paper. You can't read if you read what Auntie Bunmi had said in this case. Who will buy the paper?
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No, you have to go. Auntie Bunmi, don't worry, she didn't know. I can imagine Auntie Bunmi going up in arms saying, no. So let's say Jade says, I'm a 30-year-old mother of 2 and my partner has refused to formally introduce me to his relatives. Let me read that again. I'm a 30-year-old mother of 2 and my partner has refused to introduce me to his relatives. The question I'd like to know first is, are these 2 children for the partner? But let's see. Initially, he meant for me to be his second wife, but I changed his mind when I first got pregnant because his wife had a nervous breakdown. I see. When I got pregnant again, he bought us a house we are now living in my name. So okay, so she's a second wife or whatever. She has 2 kids. Mistress, she has 2 kids for him. No, you must taper it a bit.
No, that's what she is. She's not a second wife.
Sorry for the woman. But he says, I come from a financially comfortable family and run a thriving business. But my fear is that my sons will not know they have brothers and sisters formally before he dies. He believes that as long as he gives me his time and money, I should be all right. But what if he eventually dies? What role would I play at his funeral? None now. That's it.
You're looking for a role to play at his funeral.
You should have thought about that before you got involved.
Before getting into that kind of situation.
I think that people need to take a reality check in the things that they do.
When it comes to emotional matters, a lot of people don't think realistically because emotional matters are quite...
they're emotional.
Yeah, emotional, yes. let's just put it that way. And they mess with, I think sometimes it messes with the brain. So they don't think normally again. They're just thinking out of a place
But is it important, for example, that the son should know his half-brothers and sisters? I don't think so. The circumstances of our birth and growing up means we can't achieve everything in life. Yeah. So because of these circumstances, why do you want to create problem for the sons when they can live quietly and grow up and whatever? The moment anybody knows that they're brothers and sisters, you're bringing trouble into their lives. Exactly. I think she's a bit selfish and unrealistic.
She's quite unrealistic because she's not a wife and he doesn't have any plans of, bringing her in as the second wife or anything like that.
But I know people who are even second wives, and once they know that they're second wives, they just want to be in their own comfort zone. Why should you bother about the kids knowing themselves? I don't think it makes any sense. Yeah. No, well, it makes sense, yes, but I don't think it matters. if the circumstances dictate it, fair enough. But if it's going to be a problem, because I know loads of people who have like second families and so on and so forth, and is what this gentleman is trying to avoid that creates problem for both parties.
For both, exactly. And what would the children even think? Would they relate well with the...
They might not.
They will definitely not treat them well because they are, like illegitimate children. There's
no illegitimate child.
Okay, sorry.
In the eyes of the law.
In the eyes of, true. Okay, but they are not the man's main children.
They are not main children. Children are children. So use another word. Let me explain. There's nothing like main children. You see, look, we've been a bit hypocritical in this part of the world. We are polygamists by nature. That's our nature. So the earlier we
mean everyone in the world, or
no,
as Africans?
This part. Yes.
Okay.
So the earlier we accept these things and find a way around all these social, what I would call. I'm glad the law has said that there's no bastard child.
True.
Yes, growing up, the thinking was that this child is a bastard because, but it's not right. The child didn't bring himself to the world. It's not fair to call out that child. I mean, he didn't. And anything between two people is between two people. Just because you have the certificate on me doesn't make you understand. Yeah. If the man, in this case now, he has had two. He had the first one, he didn't run. Mm-hmm. He had the second one. For all you know, there could be a third one on the way that even Daddy doesn't know about. Who knows? But she says here that he bought her a house. Let's even look at the material. Let's look at the material side of things, which I really hate doing. But we cannot have this conversation without looking at the material side. So what he has done is that he has created a parallel family for himself. And what he says is and she comes from a financially comfortable family. So what else? She has a thriving business. Look after your kids and stop looking for half brothers and sisters. And why does he keep stressing before he dies? You see women. You see women.
She's really looking forward to him dying.
You see women.
I think what she should do is find a man that maybe doesn't have another family and would have...
And then that man will be coming to the house that this other man... But what is...
and then she can move into a new house or move into the house with the new man.
What she should do, she should restitute and return the house to him and go buy another house herself.
Because what she really wants is a family.
She doesn't know what she wants. If she knew what she wants, she won't be in this dilemma. In everything that we do, correct me if I'm wrong, the one thing that you must always be able to tell yourself some home truths that this is what I want, but this is what I can achieve. Mm-hmm. You do that before you set out. Okay? And he's hiding me. He doesn't know. All that is absolute nonsense. You should know what you're letting yourself into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so she needs to think realistically.
I'm tempted to read what dear Bunmi has said here. I'm tempted. The thing is pushing me. It's pushing me.
No, don't read.
This thing is pushing me on. So that it does not push me, let me now go to another story before I don't want. You must go and buy the paper. I mean, dear Bunmi has to earn a living. This one says that he denies his mom is an alcoholic. And says, I'm concerned about my mother-in-law's drinking. That's her mother-in-law. Mm-hmm. This is from Dedu. Dedu is a woman.
Yeah.
A man can also have a mother-in-law, but Dedu is a woman. Every social gathering is ruined by her having too much alcohol and starting arguments. She even ruined her wedding 2 years ago with her behavior.
Wow.
This one has just been married for 2 years and is already looking at what the mother-in-law is doing. Whenever we visit her, there's always a bottle of wine or brandy out, no matter what time of the day it is. I got nowhere when I bring it up with my husband because he just laughs it off and says that the whole family is like that. I know full well there's a difference between someone enjoying a drink and actually having a problem, and I'm convinced he falls to the latter category. How can I get my husband to wake up and see what's happening to his mother? Leave him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone.
She doesn't live with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
It doesn't.
Leave
exactly.
I don't think.
As long as the woman is not treating her badly, you know how people have woes and stories of mother-in-laws treating them badly and not accepting them. As long as she's not doing that, I don't see why she should complain. I think the lady is bored. She doesn't. No,
she's not bored. I think sometimes we tend to overreach ourselves. look.
Sometimes that's of boredom. Like when you don't have your own thing for you, you're looking for
but
in another
younger
person's
people
life.
need to know this. Your mother-in-law is not your mom, no matter how nice she is to you.
True.
And she's not your responsibility. Okay, you can do the bits that you can, but if you have a mother-in-law who is a drunkard, let's put it that way, or alcoholic, I prefer to use the word drunkard, who is a drunkard, and you have brought it quietly in the middle of the night to your husband, when you're talking about somebody's parents, you have to be very gentle about it. Something like, Peter, hey, this mommy's drinking. I know it's normal, but don't you think once you take that kind of gentle approach and you see his reaction, because what he says here is that he says that he laughs it off. Laughing it off means he's embarrassed.
Yes, most likely.
Of course, that's what it is. She didn't say that he is an alcoholic. Okay, she didn't say that he's an alcoholic, and you've only been married for 2 years. So when he's laughing it off, you're embarrassing him. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Really. That kind of laugh to cover up. So stop rubbing it in and go find a way to start having babies and keeping your own family. She's not living with you. Or what do you think?
I think it's none of her business. I think
none of her business.
She shouldn't pry too much into the mother-in-law's issues. Like I mentioned earlier, like as long as the mother-in-law doesn't give her any wahala, like as long as the mother-in-law doesn't give her issues, she's fine. So
I think she should mind her own
people
business.
have more issues like with mother-in-laws. They're always complaining that their mother-in-laws are not nice to them. Their mother-in-laws come to their house and want to take over all their affairs. They want to monitor how they cook, how they.
She's not doing all that.
She's not doing all that. She's just enjoying herself drinking.
Correct. Mama Flenjo. Enjoying her. What does he say she does? Either a bottle of wine, or what does he say she is now? There's wine or brandy. The woman is a heavy drinker. Mama doesn't. Maybe she doesn't have any worries. She's just enjoying herself.
Exactly.
Though there's danger lurking in the background. Though.
No, this is not.
She shouldn't be drinking this much. The family, I hope, for all it's worth, I hope they know that the woman needs. Maybe she could be very unhappy. One mistake that people make is when they're unhappy, they think they can take to drugs or alcohol. Or
yes.
binge
eating.
Or binge eating. Yes. Just yesterday, I met a friend at this shop right here, and we talked about how some people even binge shop.
Yeah.
If they are depressed or whatever, they go. Yeah. People pick up all kinds of habits when they are depressed. Drinking, smoking, name it, shopping. Sleeping
around, actually.
Sleeping, all kinds of
different issues.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, we thank Adedun for her concern, but she should leave the husband to sort out his mom by himself.
If she's really concerned, she should just pray for her.
You think the prayer will work?
Well,
these days I think people spend more time praying for themselves. So don't. If anybody tells you I'm praying for you, don't believe them. People spend more time praying for themselves. I'm looking at the time gradually, so I think we can just about take one more, because it's 9:48, and usually by 9:55 I have to be out of here. So let's quickly look at this. There is a Tiwa.
Okay.
Not the Tiwa that everybody knows. I don't think it's Tiwa Services. I've been married for over 15 years to a man in his 40s. When people come to see us, he often refuses to be drawn into conversations with them. He just reads his papers or watches sports on telly. He reminds me of my very good Aburo, who is listening right now. Watches sports on telly and ignores them. That's the same thing that this, my friend, my Aburo will do. I don't want to mention his name. But I'd like to say good morning to Mr. Chagwagwede. This is particularly noticeable when his older sister calls. I find his behavior very rude and upsetting. I think that anyone who comes into our house should be treated with courtesy. I've tried talking to him about this reasonably. I've also tried getting annoyed. Nothing works. My husband says that he hasn't invited these people into our home and he doesn't see why he should put himself out for them. His father used to be the same till the way he died, but that's no excuse. Of course, it's an excuse. That's a habit that he inherited from his dad.
From his dad, yes.
And most likely, you knew he was an antisocial person before you married him.
Yes.
One of the things that bothers me about people complaining after they've gotten married, I thought he would change. Nobody
changes. In fact, it doubles. Marriage doubles any problem that anyone has when they are single.
You reckon?
Yes. Yes, marriage doubles it because it's more glaring now. It's in your face, like.
Marriage. I hope people out there, young people, know that marriage is not the wedding day.
Yeah, a lot of people prepare for only the wedding
day,
yes, and
forget that marriage is living together. Living together can be very, very tough.
Very tough.
Apart from siblings who are like from childhood, you've known each other, living. Even when you get to a particular age, living together still becomes a problem. So she must have known that. Look, this is the way I look at it. The man is antisocial. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
You have to learn to live with it. Have less visitors coming to the house.
Yes. Another thing is that, he may have been, pleasant towards her. So she did not really notice, the way he was treating other people. That's before they got married.
No,
so,
she must have been in denial in that sense. If a man is antisocial, you will know from the time you started dating. Okay, for starters, let's start here. For how long should you date before you get married?
There's no set.
There's no set, yes, but you should date reasonable time.
Yeah, reasonable time. Yes. At least a year.
Okay. Would you advise that couples get together, stay 2 days, 3 days together before they get married?
I would advise that.
That is sinful.
No, not doing anything. We are told
that is sinful.
Not doing anything. Just stay together.
How you get to stay together? No.
You totally can.
You totally can. Okay. Make sure that he has a 2-bedroom apartment. You stay in room A and he stays in room B. But the good law says no. That you should not do anything of that sort. And should not allow temptation to come in between you before the D-Day. That's what we are told.
Well, you're right, sir.
Even though I believe it's like buying a car without test running it, really. It's like buying a car without test running it, but so you win some, you lose some.
No, I'm of the opinion that you can actually be in the same house and nothing will happen.
Of course, yes, it can happen. I'm also of the opinion that you can be the same house, nothing will happen. But do not tempt fate.
Well,
do not tempt fate. But you see, there's a I did that purposely because the truth is there is a gap between what is prescribed for us and the reality of what is on ground. Yeah. In between that is what you call wisdom. You need to apply wisdom to the things you do. This is where I got to live. My dear social prefect, every time I see you, I'm a very happy man. Because I met you, it's about 5 years ago that I met you.
5 years ago.
Young lady just coming out from Covenant University.
Yeah.
You're a good commercial for that university. I hope they realize that. And you were determined.
Hope they are listening.
Yeah, people should go back.
No, I actually
people should go back to my old issues way back then when you came on. Yeah. And you were set in your mind that you are not going to be underemployment. I think you had just lost the job or something like that.
Yes, I lost the job.
And then you decided to go your own way. And then today you're a big success. Aren't you? Don't worry, the Inland Revenue, they're on vacation. They won't hear the kind of Thank you very much, Chiamaka. I hope we'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes.
Next week, Tuesday. So we'll be able to sit down and talk about how the various options that you have. It even gives you time to research that you can do within the COVID. It's important that people know that taking a vacation doesn't mean leaving the country.
Yes.
It might not even mean leaving your state. Yes, I remember Mrs. Abiola Bunmi saying one time on one of my programs that you can even do tourism within Lagos Island.
Of course.
Yes, and she organizes, things like that, and hopefully I'll be able to bring her into. Okay, so that's where we'll knock it off for today. Thank you very much one more time.
Very interesting.
My regards to your mom and your dad.
Thank you.
Tell your dad that we didn't put him under the mirror. We are sure that he does not have any other babe. Zena, thank you very much for being here. And where is this man? Is always hiding behind the pillar. Is he sleeping? Oh, he has shown his face. That is Philip. So that's where we'll end it for today. Tomorrow, I have a newfound friend that is coming up, Mr. Okoro. He'll be here at 9. And we are going to slug it out. He's a lawyer, and I'm a lawyer who would have been. I would have been lawyer.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
Even me.
Yeah. I'm surrounded by lawyers. So I'll see you all tomorrow, 9 o'clock, unfailingly, God willing. See you tomorrow. Bye.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Let me explain. On 99.3 Nigeria Info, your mic is always on. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.